as we welcome you in on here for another Conejo Oaks baseball game. Austin Gregory alongside Josh Mechanic and Sammy Holiday working the magic for us on the camera today and all that other fun stuff. But it's a rematch already for the Oaks this season as they play host this time to Santa Barbara Foresters. And last time out, Josh, things weren't as bad as the scoreline said.
No, they were in Austin. Of course, the Oaks got blown out in that one in Santa Barbara, 10-2. But it was really just a one bad inning for the Oaks as the Foresters put up a 7 spot there in the third. And from that point on, the Oaks bullpen did their job. So they're hoping that starter Alexander Rivas can do what he did in their season opener on Thursday where he went 3 innings, and we'll see if they let him go farther in today's game.
It was some free passes that kind of led to it. 7 runs came across in that one bad inning that Josh mentioned, and a lot of walks in that. Between the two teams, the pitchers struck out 32 combined batters. It was 18 for the Oaks and 14 for the Foresters in terms of batters that struck out. And on the mound today for the Oaks is Alexander Rivas from Cal Lutheran University. And he had a great start this summer. He opened up the summer for the Oaks, starting in the home opener, the season opener, against the Coastal Dodgers back last Thursday, where he had 3 no-hit innings. And it was a good start for him. And he looks to do the same today against a dangerous Foresters lineup. We'll go through the lineups at a certain point, but it'll be Rylan Charles who starts things off today for the Foresters.
Yeah, Charles started off in the leadoff spot the other day as well for the Foresters and got on base 3 times for them.
Rivas delivers strike 1 looking at to Charles.
It's a great job from Rivas just to get strike 1 after what happened against the Foresters in the last meeting.
That one's chopped back. Rivas makes a nice play, fires, throws. Good start to show off the leather there for Alexander Rivas. Snow cone grab going to his backhand, and he makes the play, does it himself, but didn't really need to worry about it going that way because the best defensive glove this season was coming for the ball for the Oaks, and that was AJ Salgado, who once again starts at third base today for the Oaks.
Yeah, it's a great job getting off the mound from Rivas and throwing it off his back foot. It's such a difficult throw, and he made it look easy.
Pulls the string, gets a swing and a miss from Miguel Santos, who's the second baseman today for the Foresters.
We didn't see Santos in Friday's contest.
Rivas doubles up on the off-speed pitch and gets another swing and miss from Santos.
Santos, one of many guys on this roster from Dallas Baptist University in Texas.
He went curveball there, and that one's ruled a ball. Not exactly sure where that one missed. I thought he had froze up Santos there for strike number 3.
Yeah, maybe up, but it looked like a good pitch.
Just uses 1 extra pitch. 4 off-speed pitches there from Rivas in that at-bat, and he gets the strikeout early on. And the defense behind Rivas today, his catcher to start off this game is Colin Heineck, who's played plenty this summer. His first baseman today is Tyler Gannis, who's one of 3 Oregon products who's making his debut today this summer, that is for the Oaks. As Rivas delivers another first pitch strike, this time to Kevin Bazell, who we saw. The second baseman today is Jack Brooks, also from Oregon. The shortstop, Gavin Grant, also will be at Oregon. And then the third baseman, AJ Salgado, another swing and miss there from Rivas. And in the outfield, Sunday's player of the game, Charles Messino in left. The home run hitter, Austin Carrillo in center, and Tyler Glowacki in right once again. That one shot backed up over the head of Rivas. Will be a tough play. Got him. First test of the summer for Jack Brooks, who comes charging from second base, gets to it quickly, fires to his Oregon teammate at first base, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Alex Rivas to start off this game. It'll take us to the bottom half of the first, where we're going to see Kyle Robinson come to the mound for the Foresters. And what do we have to expect from Robinson today, Josh?
Kyle Robinson's coming off his freshman year at Texas Tech University, where he got to play some regional action with the Red Raiders. For Robinson, he had an ERA a little bit over 4.5 and a whip just below 2 with an opponent batting average over 300. So he got hit around a little bit in his freshman year, but that was just in 12 appearances and 11 2/3 innings. So for Robinson, not too much experience. He's hoping to use this summer as a good building gap for next year.
Yeah, and obviously the Oaks look to start things off offensively like they have been all season. They scored a run in the first inning on Sunday. They scored a run in the first inning on Friday. And it's all been with the leadoff hitter starting things off. They didn't score a run on Thursday to start things off, but Austin Carrillo, the leadoff man in all 4 games now for the Oaks this season. Double, single to start off the ball games for his bat. He came around to score 2 times to start off the scoring for the Oaks, and as I mentioned in the last inning, he hit one over the fence. Well, technically didn't go over the fence because it smashed off the foul pole back on Sunday, but the lineup will look Carrillo to lead things off. Gavin Grant will be second. AJ Salgado in the 3-hole once again. Tyler Glowacki moves all the way up from the 9 spot to the 4-hole. Noah Carliner back in the lineup this time as the designated hitter. Gannis, the first baseman, will be 6. Messino, the 7 spot. Heineck, the 8-hole. And rounding things out will be Jack Brooks, who made that nice defensive play to end the top half of the inning. But Carrillo steps in now with already a hot back to start things off this summer. Look at ball went away.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Austin Carrillo's done a great job in the leadoff spot, and he's also done a nice job picking on the first pitch. That one was a ball outside, but Carrillo has no problem swinging at the first strike he sees.
He shoots that one down the line, and that's going to be another leadoff hit for Carrillo. He'll round first, he'll head to second, and he's in there safely. Make it 4 games, 4 leadoff hits, 3 of them being doubles. Have a start to the summer, Austin Carrillo.
Yeah, once again, another double for Carrillo, and once again, picking on the first pitch he sees, first strike he sees, I should say, and lacing it down the left field line for a leadoff double.
So now this will be the first time this season we see one of the new arrivals, Gavin Grant, step into the plate for the Oaks out of Oregon.
Yeah, Gavin Grant, one of 3 Oregon products on this roster, making their summer debut.
A look at strike 1.
For Grant, it was a productive season for him at Oregon, productive junior season, hitting just below 356 games played.
Look at strike 2 now. And another guy who brings a lot of games played to this Oaks roster. A lot of these position players got a lot of playing time this past spring, and that's definitely something that's going to benefit the coaching staff in this roster this summer. 0-2 count now to Grant. That one misses inside. Almost nicked him, but he'll just slightly move out of the way as the dangerous AJ Salgado looms on deck.
Grant, a guy with great plate discipline, having walked 35 times compared to 39 strikeouts.
That one misses downstairs.
Trying to get the chase right there for Robinson. It was a nice job to spit on the off-speed pitch there by Grant, which was alluded to with that nice plate discipline.
That one shot to third base and snagged over there. A nice play defensively as that came off the bat quickly. As Kevin Bazell squeezed that one.
Yeah, the ball jumped off the bat there from Grant. Unfortunately for him, Bazell was positioned perfectly, and it was right to him for an out.
So this brings AJ Salgado to the plate, currently leading the CCL in average. 545 on the summer is his average, and he's done it on both sides, offensively and defensively, as he's been a magnet over there at third defensively, and his bat's been a magnet for the ball as well offensively.
Yeah, for the Oaks, Salgado and Austin Carrillo have been their two best players for Salgado. Like you said, Austin, he's not just done it offensively, but his defense at third base has been spectacular.
That one misses away. 2-0 count now to Salgado. Yeah, Carrillo 5th right now in the CCL on average, and he's got a couple, well, exactly 4 guys hitting 500 or higher to chase right now to move up that ladder. That one misses away, so 3 straight balls to start off the at-bat against AJ Salgado for Kyle Robinson.
I mean, you can't blame Robinson for being picky and trying to work around Salgado with how dangerous he's been at the plate so far this summer. Even on 3-0, don't expect him to get something right down the middle.
And that one misses high, so it's a 4-pitch walk worked by AJ Salgado, and now it just increases our already stellar on-base percentage for this season.
Number 12, Tyler Milwaukee.
Currently just pulled up our stats, and our stats look different on our stat page for the Oaks compared to the leaders for the CCL on the same website. Because it says Messino has a higher average than Salgado, and I'd have to imagine Messino's 600 average is leading the league right now.
Yeah, it's because they haven't scored all the games. They've scored 2 of the 3. We've played 3 games this season, and they only count league games, I believe.
That one's fouled away by Glowacki. Glowacki, who moves up from the 9 spot from last time. He went 0 for a few at-bats with a couple walks in there as well. Only 1 hit so far this season for Glowacki, and that was in the preseason game against the Dodgers, so he's looking for his first CCL hit of the summer, first CCL RBI of the summer, and he's got a good chance of getting both done with the fleet-footed Austin Carrillo out on the pond there at first base. So sky that one high to left center field. That's settled under out there by Pat Caulfield.
Yeah, Glowacki tried to drive that to left center. Unfortunately for him, he just dropped the barrel a bit and got under it for the routine flyout.
Bring Noah Carliner to the plate, who's looking to get his bat going after the spring he just had, and it was an incredible one at Cypress Community College.
Yeah, we haven't seen Carliner since the first game of the season where he started at first base.
Robinson goes off speed, and that one's ruled a ball, and credit to the umpire. That was the same exact pitch, same exact location as what I thought was going to be a strike 3 looking for Rivas to start his strikeout against Santos, but that one's ruled a ball just like the one for Rivas' Santos. Carliner chases the fastball down the stairs for strike 1.
Yeah, Carliner just struggling to get on time with that fastball as Robinson just blew it right by him.
That one's fouled back.
Yeah, Carliner late on both those fastballs, but it still looks like he's stepping away a bit towards third base. I wouldn't be surprised to see a breaking ball away here from Robinson.
That one's foul tip and squeezed on behind the plate for strike number 3. So Carrillo, Salgado stranded to end this first inning. So we go scoreless as Rivas comes back to the mound. We'll take a break here. While we're away, make sure to subscribe, like the video, hit the notification bell for our YouTube channel. We'll be back to the top of the second.
Leading it off now for the top of the second for the Foresters. It's Gavin Cash starting at first base. Cash coming out the University of Texas, where his Longhorns are going to Omaha. And he drives that one to right center field. Settling under it and right is Glowacki for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the second.
Make that 4 straight first pitch strikes for the first 4 batters that Rivas has faced today.
Which brings up William Pendergrass, who the Oaks saw on Friday as well. Coming out of the Baylor University, Pendergrass going into his junior year. And Rivas gets a first pitch strike once again.
A lot of the Texas colleges represented by the Foresters: UT, Baylor, Texas Tech,
DBU,
Texas A&M as well.
As Rivas gets another swing and miss for strike 2. Alexander Rivas been efficient so far today, having thrown just 1 ball in the 12 pitches that he's thrown. And he gets another strikeout. 2 away.
Good start there for Rivas. 5 straight now, retired. And back to the Texas comment, every single one of the corner and middle infielders, with the exception of Cortland Lawson, all play their college baseball in the state of Texas, and all were born and raised in Texas.
And here's another one of those Texas guys, Nate Rombach, stepping up. He takes the ball high. First time we've really seen Rivas miss poorly today. And he pulls the string, gets a swing and a miss on a changeup.
Rumback came to the plate 5 times on Friday. Strikeout, single, strikeout, single, strikeout in his 5.
Well, he's on pace for a single right now then as he takes the ball down. Yeah, that just sounds like a typical stat line from that day. A lot of strikeouts, a couple little hits as well. As the 2-1 comes in from Rivas. It's skied into straightaway center. An routine play there out there for Austin Carrillo, who makes the catch. And it's another 1-2-3 inning for Alexander Rivas. We head to the bottom of the second. Nothing going so far. And leading off now for the Oaks in the bottom half of the second inning, making his summer debut out of the University of Oregon, a Harvard Westlake product here in Southern California, is going to be Tyler Gannis.
And Josh, I'm sure you've seen the Dos Equis Most Interesting Man in the World commercials. I think we might have the next candidate for the most interesting man in the world. And he could do it because he's got acting experience. As Gannis has done everything known to mankind. He played for USA Baseball in the Pan Am Games where they won silver. He was a part of 2 combined no-hitters in that tournament. He also has done acting, as I mentioned. He was a Disney Channel star for 3 years on Walk the Prank. Competed in classical piano competitions. He's had, his own pop and R&B recording album, and he's done many other humanitarian type efforts as well as work as a philanthropist for Make-A-Wish, Child Help USA, Autism Speaks, and Versus Cancer. So this guy not only plays baseball really well, but does everything else.
Yeah, what a resume from Tyler Gannis. And Austin, you forgot the best part. He actually walks out to his own walk-up song. His walk-up song is a song that he produced and sang as he takes a ball off the outside of the plate. Yeah, Tyler Gannis has a lot of different options for his future career. As he lines one back up the middle for a single.
Well, welcome to summer ball, Tyler Gannis.
He can sing it and he can also swing it. As yesterday's player of the game, Charles Messina, steps up to the plate.
And Messina definitely really happy to get the honor. Speaking with him post-game. You'll be able to check out our post-game interviews over on our Twitter. And I also saw Messina sign a little autograph after the game, too. It's always fun to see when the kids ask the guys for autographs. It's always makes them happy. I saw Messina's parents were standing there with him, so I know they were happy about it, too.
Yeah, it's not only is that a cool thing for the kid receiving the autograph, it's also cool for a player to, feel like he's important. Signing an autograph as a player probably makes you feel very good. As Messina takes a strike on the outside corner.
Messina didn't play all 9 innings on Sunday. He was taken out, but he still got 4 ABs, in which he went 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs, so a very deserving play of the game effort. And as I joked with him about on the post-game interview, all he had to worry about was his offense on Sunday because there was not a single ball hit until left field until after he was substituted from the game, and that came in the 7th inning.
That one misses outside to Messina.
So he just got to have a great day at the plate while he just kind of hung out in left field and watched Austin Carrillo and Tyler Glowacki make some plays out there in the outfield.
Was standing out there for a while. Sunday's game was a doozy. It's a good leave on the changeup there from Messina as the appeal says that he did not go. It's a good double play pitch there from Robinson. It was a nice job for Messina to hold up. Three and one.
And they checked on Gannis a couple times over there. I don't know if Robinson knows something we don't, but Gannis this year in his 33 games with Oregon, 1 stolen base on 1 attempt.
And that's ball 4. Couple base runners here to start off the second for the Oaks, as they now have 2 men on and nobody out with Colin Heineck coming to the dish.
That was a very high-quality discipline at bat from Messina as he held up on swings 2 or 3 times during that at-bat and didn't chase any pitches out of the zone. And it was 4 straight balls after the first pitch strike there from Robinson, as now there will be a mound visit to talk things over with him as he's got 2 runners on with nobody out with Colin Heineck coming to the plate.
Yeah, Colin Heineck's looking for his first hit of the summer. The redshirt freshman out of Georgia State University. Gotten action in all 4 games so far at first base and behind the dish. Today, starting behind the plate, catching Rivas. Two men on and nobody out for Colin Heineck and the Oaks. That was just a little inside move, maybe to see if Heineck was going to square around a bunt. Didn't look like he was. That one straight into the dirt for ball 1.
Robinson's fake pickoff there made me think, I don't know if it was this morning or yesterday, Yadier Molina got picked off on what was eventually ruled a balk after he said something, and the umpires had a discussion, and they changed their mind to a balk.
As that one's taken up and away. Yeah, that Molina play, that just shows you the veteran presence he has. He was literally able to convince the umpires that it was a balk.
Run back just deep Messina back there, even though nobody was home at first to feel a throw from run back behind the dish.
As Colin Heineck's ahead in the count 2-0. Takes a ball that bounces and gets by the catcher. Both runners advance. It's going to be second and third now. 3-0 the count to Heineck.
That one kind of just took a really hard bounces. It got past run back because I don't know if it hit the front of the plate or just was a weird rotation of the ball, but it skied over run back and the head of the umpire and allowed Messino and Ganis to move over and both being in scoring position now.
That's ball 4. Bases loaded, nobody out. And here comes Jack Brooks making his summer debut.
Talk about a good opportunity to start your summer off as Brooks comes to bat now. Will be starting his collegiate career this upcoming year as one of those Oregon guys, but boy, did he have a good spring in high school.
Yeah, for Brooks, he's already shown off he could do it at this level, making a nice play on the run in the first inning. Let's see if he can do it at the plate as well. That one misses down, back pick to third in time.
So if we go back to Messino's at bat, that is now 9 straight balls that Robinson has thrown.
And that causes movement as players are now stirring down in the Foresters' bullpen with another pitch in the dirt missing. Looks like down in the bullpen they're trying to figure out who's going to start throwing. It's going to be a right-hander getting loose. 2-0 now to Jack Brooks. That one catches the corner for a strike. Good bounce back pitch there from Robinson.
He threw that right in the same exact spot that he got the strike when looking on Messino. Has been able to hit it since that pitch.
And that one's fouled away.
That one kind of came in on Brooks, and he kind of just had to foul it away off the inside part of the barrel.
Tough spot now for the freshman in a 2-strike count. The bases loaded. He's trying to execute in this situation, do a job. Don't want to run into a double play. Try to get a pitch up and elevate it. That one's fouled down the left field line. Here comes another 2-2 to Jack Brooks. And that one's grounded foul down the first base line.
He's putting up a battle.
Yeah, good battle we got going on right now between Brooks and Robinson. Neither side wanting to give in. For Brooks, this would be a great opportunity to showcase to Coach David Solis that he means business at this level. As that one gets away, and Ganis is headed for the plate, and he'll get in for the Oaks' first run of the day.
And It's again another control issue for Robinson as he bounces another one and gets through the 5-hole of run back and trickles far enough away for Gannis to come in and score the first run of the game. And still nobody out here with still 2 more runners in scoring position for the Oaks with the top of the order due up.
Now Jack Brooks in the 3-2 count. Infield back now with second and third. He can put the ball on the ground or in the air. Either way, he'll do the job. And he lines that one to short, and it's going to be caught over there at shortstop by Ty Hodge for out number 1.
Robinson was kind of living on the inside part of the plate against Brooks there as Brooks just had to keep battling him off, and eventually one just gets enough of the inside part of the barrel and he just flares a little blooper over the shortstop and not able to drive and he runs in, but Austin Carrillo's hot bat comes to the plate now.
Yeah, Correa just trying to pick up where he left off. He's got a couple guys out there, pick up a couple more RBIs for himself as he fouls that one away. Once again, swing at the first pitch he likes. Carrillo's definitely got to be up there in the doubles leaders in the CCL right now. And he swings through it, tipped it in the glove. 0-2 now. Carrillo's just got to shorten up now and try to put the ball in play and do a job in this situation. Comes the 0-2 from Robinson, and Carrillo calls time. Robinson taking too long out on the mound there. And that one's grounded to second. That'll get a run home as Carrillo is thrown out, but he drives in the second run of the day as the Oaks double their lead 2-0.
Good piece of hitting there by Carrillo as doesn't get on top of it to get a base knock, but he hits it to the right side of the infield and allows Marcino to very easily come in and give the Oaks a 2-run lead now.
Yeah, it's just nice job. He continues his nice season for Carrillo as Gavin Grant takes strike number 1.
That one kind of just froze up Grant there.
We saw Grant line out in his summer debut last inning. He takes that one down in the dirt. Good block from Rombach to hold Heineck at third base.
Yeah, I mean, good contact in his last at bat. Just got on top of it just enough that it didn't pick up and it just went straight into the hand of the third baseman.
As he dodges that one for ball 2. Grant, another one of those Oregon products. Him going into his senior year. That's an excellent stop back there from Rombach as that fastball was just spiked.
Yeah, Rombach's working a lot this inning as Robinson's been struggling with his control.
The 3-1 pitch misses inside. The third walk of the inning for Robinson to put runners in the corners and 2 away for AJ Salgado. Salgado walked in his only plate appearances on 4 pitches back in the first.
28 pitches so far this inning for Kyle Robinson.
As the Foresters put him first and third defense. We'll see how much longer Robinson goes into this one. Like Austin said, already thrown 28 pitches this inning. And that one catches the outside corner. It's definitely a borderline pitch that Alexander Rivas hopes he gets as well. It might have been a ball or 2 off the plate. And Salgado fouls off the 0-1 pitch. Falls behind the count now, 0-2.
A little bit of a different at bat now for Salgado, who worked a walk on 4 straight pitches. Start off his day offensively, and now he's behind 0-2 on his second at bat.
Here's the 0-2 from Robinson. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Good disappearing changeup. And Robinson's able to get out of the second inning, limiting the damage to 2 runs. We head to the third inning with the Oaks leading the Foresters 2-0.
We'll welcome you back now for the top of the third inning. Pat Caulfield coming to the plate for the Foresters with Alexander Rivas still on the mound.
We saw Pat Caulfield play the other day when the Oaks were in Santa Barbara, and he came through with a couple hits and a walk, reached base 3 times, did Caulfield.
That one's rolled ball 1. Caulfield misses just inside according to the home plate umpire. That one misses downstairs for ball 2.
First time we've seen Rivas fall behind 2-0. You have to figure he'll come back with a strike here.
Caulfield chases one upstairs and skies it well foul to the left side as he was early on that one. Two-one count now for Caulfield. Rivas delivers. Caulfield squares. Fouls that one back.
It's a good idea there from Pat Caulfield with Salgado playing back, trying to get himself a free base hit. But unfortunately for him, Rivas threw an off-speed pitch, which made it difficult for Caulfield to get it down.
Goes off speed and that one misses away. Good job by Heineck to slide around and keep that one in front. Count now runs full. First batter to see more than 2 balls against Rivas today so far. He gets a swing and a miss.
So even in the first 3-ball count of the day for Alexander Rivas, he was still able to get a strikeout as he pulls the string on a 3-2 changeup and gets Caulfield to chase.
Number 6, Ty Hodge.
Ty Hodge steps in now. Shortstop today to start off this game for the Foresters.
Hodge struck out 3 times on Friday, so he's looking for a better day at the plate against the Oaks.
Rivas misses inside with ball 1 to start off the at-bat against Hodge. That one's popped up. Be a play on that one. As that one bounces and lands in between Salgado, Rivas, and Heineck. We saw that happen on Sunday 3 times defensively for the Saints, but not once yet this season for the Oaks, especially between, the defensive wonders for Salgado and the defensive work for Heineck as well. But it was kind of a tough one with the sun, and it drifted, and nobody really called the ball at any point. And it, luckily for Rivas, dropped foul and was fielded foul. That one's rolled over. Salgado bounces off his hand. And so reaching base for the first time today is the Foresters. They'll rule that one a base hit, as it was a tough play for Salgado to make. Could be an error, as went off of his hand.
Center fielder, number 1, Josh.
I mean, those are back-to-back unacceptable plays. I mean, the second one from Salgado, that was a tough play he knows that he should have made, but the first pop-up, I mean, they all just stood there waiting for each other to catch it as it just dropped, and that just can't happen at this level.
Ty Hodge takes advantage of his second life that was granted him, and now Josh Stinson steps in. That one misses up. According to the home plate umpire, is Stinson. Stinson was also the number 9 hole hitter when the Oaks visited the Foresters on Friday.
Stinson walked and came around to score in the marathon inning, but other than that, was 0 for at the plate.
That one's ruled strike 1.
Rivas trying to just get another ground ball. This time it would get him 2.
Some issues down in the Foresters bullpen as 3 baseballs have trickled all the way down to the plate now. As Rivas checks over on Hodge. Stinson just finished up his sophomore year. My apologies, his first year at the University of Georgia. Rivas misses just outside, ball 2. Rivas trying to paint those outside corners like Robinson was getting the calls on, and he's not able to do so far. He gets a swing and a miss on a nice changeup there against Stinson, and Stinson was lunged out in front of that one. That one shot back at the middle, and that'll be a base knock. Carrillo fires in the 3rd. Now 2 runners on, only 1 out. After Hodge was granted that second life, and Stinson fires one back up the middle for a base knock, which brings Rylan Charles to the plate for the second time today. His first at bat, he rolled over one, and it was a nice snow cone fielded ball by Alexander Rivas, and he turned and fired and got Charles at first.
That was a great piece of hitting there from Stinson to get a knock, and for Rivas now, just trying to get a ground ball. Just 1 pitch away from getting the Oaks back in the dugout.
That one misses just inside.
That was a good spot from Rivas. Might have missed just in, but was surprised to not see him get the call, especially with how close Charles is to home plate.
That one will get strike 1.
He's been doing a nice job of throwing that changeup for a strike when he has to. Not afraid to go to it when he's down in the count. It's back-to-back at-bats where we've actually seen him go 1-0 changeup.
That one's driven out to center field. Carrillo drifts back. He'll make a play. Runner tagged from second. Carrillo will fire it in. It's cut off by the shortstop, Grant. 2 outs now as Miguel Santos steps in the box.
Second baseman, number 3, Miguel Santos.
Good job from Rivas coming back after giving up back-to-back knocks and getting the leadoff hitter Charles to fly out.
Santos struck out swinging his first at-bat back in the first inning for Rivas' first strikeout of the game. Runner goes. Heineck throws. And that one was well wide of second base. It was a dying effort to even just keep it there by Jack Brooks, which allowed an easy run to score there for Ty Hodge as he just walked in. And it's always an interesting one when you have runners on first and third, whether you're going to throw it down or not. With 2 outs, you got to be guaranteed you're getting that runner, as now a run easily scores. And the next pitch, Rivas gets out of the inning with another routine fly ball for Austin Correa to settle under out in center field. So that'll be frustrating for Rivas as the run scores, because Heineck is not able to gun the runner down. And so now it's a 2-1 game rather than a 2-0 game. And Hodge, who scores, should have been out twice. It'll take us to the bottom of the third inning. Due up for the Oaks is Glowacki, Carliner, Gannis. We'll be back. We'll welcome you back now for the bottom half of the third inning. Tyler Glowacki steps in. He flew out to left field in his last at-bat. And right after his at-bat, I saw Glowacki put his stuff down. Then he walked over to one of the Oaks coaches, Cody Raymer, to ask him about his swing there. Raymer, former Oaks player himself, a former MLB draft pick as well. So definitely a good guy to go to ask for some advice after Glowacki looks to get his first CCL hit of the single and his first hit since the Oaks' first game of the season.
The new pitcher for the Forest is Robert Kranz from Wichita State. Struggled a bit this season with an ERA north of 8 and a whip just about 2.
That one was upstairs. 3 straight balls out of the bullpen it is for him.
Yeah, for Kranz, gave up, didn't walk too many guys, but it was just more of the hits that he gave up, with surrendering 21 hits in 14 innings.
That's 4 pitches, all balls for Kranz as Glowacki reaches via the walk, and it's another base runner to start off an inning for the Oaks as each leadoff hitter And the 3 innings have reached base for the Oaks, as they look to try and expand on their 2-1 lead to start off this game. First pitch, the Carliner misses away. His fastball kind of ran wide there.
We saw Carliner strike out in his only at bat. We saw him just getting blown by with fastballs.
A late swing there from Carliner as he just fouls that one back.
Surprised to see them go off speed there against Carliner after we've already seen him late on a bunch of fastballs, even late on the off speed there on the breaking ball.
Carliner gets the fastball blown by him there. 1-2 to the count now to him. Carliner struck out swinging his first at-bat of the day.
Yeah, we've just seen him have trouble catching up to that heater. See if he can make the adjustment now with 2 strikes.
That one misses away. Almost looked like a cutter there. 2-2 count now.
Yeah, they tried to go with the hard stuff again because they've noticed that Carliner has had trouble catching up to it. So that one just missed off the outside of the plate.
That one's fouled and squeezed there, so down goes Carliner on strikes again. Which will bring Tyler Gannis to the plate, who singled to start off his summer with the Oaks and came around the score on what was a wild pitch. He opened up the scoring today for the Oaks.
Yeah, that was a nice start to his summer for Tyler Gannis, ripping the ball back right where it came from. Just a textbook piece of hitting from him.
That one misses upstairs.
At the University of Oregon this year, Gannis appeared in 18 games, in which he hit a nick below 300 with an OPS over 800, so he can produce at the plate.
That one's in there for strike one.
Robert Kranz has done a nice job. Since the 4-pitch walk to Glowacki coming back with strikes, he was able to strike out Carliner and now gets a first pitch strike on Gannis.
That one gets the bottom part of the zone for strike two. Myself and Gannis both thought that one missed downstairs.
Yeah, that one must have just caught the knees from Kranz. Gannis is behind in the count 1-2.
He rips that one down the left field line. That one drops fair. He froze there as he wasn't sure. He literally stopped and watched that baseball, and he still got him to second base. So 2-for-2 start for the summer and for this game for Tyler Gannis, as it's a double.
I mean, yeah, that baseball did look like it was going to hook foul, but it stayed fair. And like you said, Gannis literally stopped running a little more than halfway down the line. But lucky for him, the first baseman for the Foresters did not get to second base on the double cut. And because of that, second base was just unoccupied, so Gannis was able to get there easily.
Messina fouls that one back. Messina walked and came around the score in his first at-bat of the day. Play of the game Sunday, 4 RBIs in that game, and he's got a chance to drive in 2 more with 2 ducks out on the pond in the forms of Glowacki and Gannis. That one gets the outside part of the plate for strike one.
It's a perfect spot there on that pitch from Kranz. Not much you could do with that from Messina, down and away, just at the knees.
That one misses well outside. 1-2 count now for Messino.
Messino's shown that he knows what to do in these kinds of spots. The runners in scoring position. With 4 RBIs in Sunday's contest against the Saints, he's now got a chance to add a couple to that total as well.
I'll duck out of the way of that one. Messino just finished up his second year at Pepperdine University, where he had slash lines of 313 for the average, 375 for the on-base percentage, and 386 for the slugging percentage, giving him OPS of just over 750.
Another guy in the Oaks that got everyday playing time in their collegiate season.
I'll swing and miss that one, and he'll go down on strikes. Second strikeout of the inning for the newly entered Robert Kranz.
Catcher, number 22, Colin Hynek.
Hynek steps in now. He walked on 4 pitches in his first at-bat of the day and was stranded at third last inning.
Kyle Robinson did a nice job last inning of limiting the damage from the Oaks after they started it off with bases loaded and nobody out. And now Robert Kranz is looking to do the same.
That one's in there for strike one.
The Oaks put in 2 in scoring position with less than 2 down. But Oaks gets that big strike out of Messino, and now he's just 1 out away from getting out of it unscathed.
That one's foul tip and squeeze. Strike 2 now to Hynek.
That breaking ball looked like it actually stayed up a bit. It could have been a hittable pitch from Hynek, but had too much bite to it, and he tipped it into the glove.
That one misses up top. Hynek holds up. Check swing there. That ruled ball 2. The entire Foresters infield thought he swung as they all started trotting towards the dugout.
Yeah, the whole Foresters roster thought he swung, as we heard a lot of yelling from that dugout. But there's a good leave from Hynek as he works the count to 2-2.
The off-speed pitch buckles Hynek but misses downstairs. Count now runs full.
An excellent take on the 2-2 breaking ball by Hynek. Jack Brooks waiting on deck.
Now one misses downstairs. Hynek works a walk. Base is now loaded. Brings Jack Brooks to the plate, who flared one to shortstop in his first at-bat, in which was a lengthy at-bat. There was 8 pitches thrown in his at-bat. This is a lengthy 30-plus pitch inning for Robinson last inning, which ran him out of the game. And now a chance for Brooks to try and provide some 2-out magic. Outside part of the plate for strike 1 he looks at.
Yeah, Jack Brooks looking for his first collegiate summer ball hit. Guys, he's still going into his freshman year at the University of Oregon, so no collegiate experience whatsoever for him.
That one misses downstairs, kept in front, though, by Rumback.
And you have to wonder how difficult it is for a guy like Jack Brooks, who hasn't seen pitching like this, and, you know, jumping into a summer ball game, especially now, both of his at-bats have been with the bases loaded, where you don't get too many fastballs, and you can just see the difference in how nasty the pitching is in high school compared to college.
Brooks swings and misses to that one as the fastball is blown by him.
And now again, for Brooks falling behind in a 2-strike count, it's another situation where he's not going to get very many pitches to hit with 2 strikes and the bases loaded. So for him, just trying to pick out the best one and staying short and doing what he can with it.
That one misses outside, 2-2 count now. Brooks just finished up his senior season at Vanden High School up in Northern California.
At Vanden, his senior year, Brooks hit almost 450.
That one misses downstairs. Count run full. Brooks led his team in batting average, on-base percentage, stolen bases, was third in home runs, first in runs scored, first in slugging percentage. Runners were on the move there with the count full. Brooks battles another one foul. Also was tied for first in triples, second in doubles. So he definitely did his job as a part of that roster. Had a very, very good year, 29-6 overall, 13-2, and captured a league title. That one hits him.
Another excellent plate appearance turned in from Jack Brooks, and this time he gets his reward. Getting hit by the pitch and getting an RBI.
Center fielder number 4, Austin.
So this brings Carrillo to the plate for the third time in 3 innings. Is doubled, was stranded there in the first. RBI ground out last inning. Now he has a chance to try and increase this lead from 2 with the bases loaded and some 2-out magic brewing.
This is the second consecutive game that Carrillo has hit in each of the first 3 innings.
I'll shoot that one back up the middle. Goes off the glove of Kranz. The play to first. Got him. Great play there by the second baseman, Miguel Santos, as the ball deflected off the glove of Kranz, and Carrillo unable to beat it out. And they get out of the inning with very little damage done. It'll take us now to the top of the 4th. Rivas still on the mound for the Oaks.
We welcome you back here now for the 4th inning of action here between the Oaks and the Foresters, where the Oaks lead 3-1. Alexander Rivas is through 3 innings of 1-run ball, throwing just 35 pitches through those 3 innings. And he misses outside with the first pitch.
Rivas, the first pitcher this summer to start a game for the Oaks and work into a 4th inning, as only him and Lapiner have gone 3 innings.
As that one's flown into straightaway center field, making the play is Austin Carrillo for out number 1.
Austin Carrillo, talk about perfect positioning. He literally just stepped to his left, stepped to his right, and was set under it. And that's 3 straight baseballs hit to Austin Carrillo going back to last inning, all for outs.
Yeah, Austin Carrillo getting a lot of action out there in center, with Gavin Cash stepping up to the bat.
And actually, it's 4 straight as Stinson's single went on a liner out to center, too.
There's a first pitch strike from Rivas.
Filthy changeup there from Rivas to start off the at bat. So you got Cash way in front of that one.
Good leave at the plate there from Cash as Rivas misses with the breaking ball. That one was a strike for most of the way. It was a good take from Cash as he grounds that one back up the middle, making the stop at second base and throwing across to get the out by Jack Brooks.
Never played college ball before? Couldn't tell me.
Yeah, Jack Brooks has already turned in 2 phenomenal plays over there at second base. That time taking a hit away from Gavin Cash, which brings up the DH, Will Pendergrass, who struck out against Rivas in the second. That one misses up. We saw Pendergrass start at shortstop against the Oaks in Friday's action as he swings through a pitch right there. Rivas looking for a 1-2-3 inning after getting into a bit of trouble in the third. Pulls that one a bit too far. There are a couple quick 1-2-3 innings to start off the day for Rivas. He got into a bit of trouble giving up one in the third. But he's bounced back here in the fourth as that one is jam shot to right field. Caught from Glowacki. And it's a quick 1-2-3 inning from Alex Rivas. The Oaks come up to bat in the bottom of the fourth, leading 3-1. Leading off the bottom of the fourth inning for the Oaks, it's going to be shortstop Gavin Grant. He's walked and lined out so far today in his summer debut. And he grounds that one to third base. Across the diamond on a one-hop, and Grant beats it out. An infield single for Gavin Grant, who's showing off the wheels a bit for his first hit of the summer.
Great effort there by Grant to beat that one out, but I mean, yeah, we saw the speed that swiped 8 bags for him, but it was an incredible defensive effort between Bazell, the third baseman, and Cash, the first baseman, as they almost made a beautiful play from one edge of the diamond to the other edge, but Grant just beating out for infield base knock for, again, another leadoff base runner for the Oaks.
Which brings up Salgado, who fouls off the first pitch. So I got a walked in the first and struck out in the second. struck out to end the second inning with the bases loaded. So he's looking for change of the fortune here. As Austin said, 8 stolen bases for Grant, so he's got some speed over there at first base, which causes Crayons to throw over. That one's taken down and away. 1-1 to AJ Salgado.
Salgado looking for his first base knock of the day. It's a walk and a strike on his 2 plate appearances before this one.
Salgado rips that one foul. Falls behind with the count 1-2. Into the Oaks bullpen where it looks like they got action down there, so it could be the end of the day for Rivas with Evan Harmon throwing down in the Oaks pen. We saw Evan Harmon the other day against the Foresters where he was unable to record an out in the 5 batters that he faced. The 1-2 to Salgado. Jam shot, broken bat to short. Throwing to second and getting the force out there for out number 1. That's a risky play there from Ty Hodge. Throwing it on the run back towards second base. Where it was a close play, but he was able to get the speedy Grant for out number 1.
I definitely thought Grant almost got in there too, as you said, Josh. Really a weird decision. We saw the same thing happen for the Oaks on Sunday when there was a little slow roller and they went for the fielder's choice at second, and then Swearingen tried to turn 2 and launched into the dugout, and that kind of prompted the ugly 9th inning that endured 4 unearned runs for Will Watson.
Yeah, the 9th inning of Sunday's game for the Oaks wasn't their sharpest of the season. It's Tyler Glowacki is up to the plate. He's walked and flown out today. And he grounds that one to first. Foul ball. So that one looked like it could have been a 3-6 inning-ending double play as the first baseman, Cash, fielded that ball standing on first base and threw to second for the tag, but the first base umpire ruled it a foul ball.
Yeah, Cash was standing on first base, but it's where his glove is, not where he is.
Yeah, and the ball was in foul territory, as you can easily tell that he reached across the line. So Glowacki sits behind in the count 0-2. Swung on and missed. Strikeout number 3 on the day for Robert Kranz.
Kranz has done a good job coming out of the bullpen using his high heat fastball and blazing it by these Oaks bats.
Yeah, he's had a bit of a command issue, but when he's thrown strikes, the Oaks haven't really been able to touch him that much. Carliner swings through another. Seems like there's a hole in the bat of Noah Carliner today, as he's had trouble timing up those pitches. That one misses up. Runner on first, 2 away now in the Oaks with Noah Carliner at the dish. Tyler Gannis is waiting on deck, who's already 2 for 2 today in his Oaks debut. As Carliner takes a strike on the outside.
And Carliner known for his big bat, 41 RBIs and 11 home runs, 13 doubles this past spring, but also 45 strikeouts to come with that as well.
As he swings through the 1-2 pitch. And that'll do it here in the 4th inning for the Oaks, as they're unable to come up with anything. We're through 4 now here in Thousand Oaks, with the Foresters trailing the Oaks 3-1.
So Evan Harmon takes the mound now for the Oaks, ending the afternoon for Alexander Rivas. Another very solid outing for Rivas as he goes 4 strong, only allowing 1 run on what was a second life that was given to Ty Hodge back in the 3rd inning. Harmon looks to have a bounce-back performance here after having a rough one out in Santa Barbara on Friday. And they'll have Nate Rumback, Pat Caulfield, and Ty Hodge to start off his afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, it can only go up from here for Evan Harmon. He faced 5 batters on Friday. He hit the first and then walked the next 4. So Harmon looking for a bounce-back outing here.
Fastball misses away there for ball 1 to start off the at-bat against Rumback. That one's popped foul over the Foresters dugout and out of play.
While Harmon obviously struggled on Friday, he does have collegiate experience where he doesn't have too much of a command issue. It just seems like Friday was an anomaly.
Goes off speed there and drops in strike 2. And that foul ball from Rumback has, I think, prompted the Santa Barbara Foresters bus to get on the move as they just heard the engine turn on over there as that foul ball went towards the bus's way. Fastball misses downstairs, kept in front though by Heineck. 2-2's the count now.
In 15 2/3 innings this year for Harmon at Arizona State, he did strike out 16 batters.
Fastball misses up. Count runs full now to Rumback. Rumback flew out to Carrillo in center in his 1 at bat so far today. He'll roll over that one. Salgado fields it, fires, 1 out.
It's a good job there from Evan Harmon, throwing a 3-2 strike, knowing he struggled in Friday's outing. A nice job there from Salgado to cut off that ball after the first hop, not letting it take that second. bounce and making the throw across the diamond.
Yeah, good job there by Salgado to bounce back after the foul ball that dropped in between him, Heineck, and Rivas, and then the one that went off his glove for the first hit of the game for the Foresters as Harmon misses inside for ball one to Caulfield, who struck out swinging his first at-bat of the day.
Harmon, it's already an improvement. He lowers his ERA down from infinity.
That one's fouled back off the mask of the home plate umpire and top of the mask of Heineck, too, so Caulfield got 2 for 1 there. So Heineck will take his time getting back behind the mound as he'll make sure the home plate umpire is okay. Always see the relationship that the catchers and the home plate umpires form. Harmon, nice little off-speed pitch there. Gets Caulfield well early on that swing.
I really like how after Friday's outing, Harmon's done a nice job of just coming back and throwing all of his pitches and throwing all of them around the strike zone as well.
That one misses up. You know, it's important too for Harmon to just settle back in because he's got a lot of innings left, a lot of games left. That one's rolled over Salgado. Makes a nice play on that, fires across. It's another nice play for the glove of A.J. Salgado. 2 quick outs now for Evan Harmon.
Yes, Salgado does a nice job of showing off his quick hands there, as that one did take that second hop, but Salgado was able to get his glove on it and make the throw across the diamond for the second out.
This brings in Ty Hodge, who was granted